Ta-da, we're live.
So if I tap the microphone, it sounds like it's actually working. And apparently people are here, so that's cool.
If you guys can hear us, someone comment and say you can hear us.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We're trying a new mic setup, so.
Well, yeah, this microphone thing, I'm not 100% certain if it's working. No, that's the mute button. So that if anyone can hear us, that'd be awesome. Okay, cool. So they can hear us. That's a big plus. Cole's here.
Thank you, Cole.
For anyone who hasn't seen it, we're giving away postcards. Well, not giving away postcards.
We're going to mail you a postcard.
We're going to mail people postcards. If you can guess the correct location of where we're headed on Tuesday, you're allowed unlimited guesses, and you can probably, honestly, at this point, I'll take any comments in the chat that can correctly guess where we're headed. There's been hints in different stories and things that I've been posting, so if you're smart, you can figure it out. But we'd love to send people some postcards from this awesome place that we're headed. But then also, if anyone so chooses to do a super chat or anything in this live feed, we'll also send you a postcard. So you can email us your address, and we will be sending postcards from thousands and thousands of miles away. The Berkshires.
No.
That's the mountains in Massachusetts, isn't it? The Berkshire Mountains.
I think so.
But that's not where we're going. Someone says north to Alaska.
I like that song. Does anyone? I don't know. There's a song that particularly comes to mind when I hear those words together.
But we're not going to tell you just yet. We've got lots of other stuff to talk about. But anyone who guesses correct, like I said, you can email your address to us later, and we'll get you a postcard when we go. But so the first thing, obviously, is to thank everybody who watches our videos every week, because we know your time is incredibly valuable. And the fact that people want to spend a couple minutes with us once in a while is just awesome. We get, I don't know, there's probably a couple hundred people that watch every week at this point. So that's pretty awesome that people want to follow our stories. And hopefully y'all are using where we're going to build your own adventures and getting to go fun places that we show you. I don't know that we've done a live since then, but when we were at Cass, I mentioned it a little bit in the video, but when we camped at Durban, there were people there that said they were here just because of our video, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah, we just appreciate everybody being a part of what we're doing.
Yeah, that was super cool.
But let's see, what else do we have here? So we're doing the postcard thing, and then so I wanted to tell you guys or talk to you a little bit about our new logo that it's not 100% live yet, but obviously you've seen it on the thumbnail. We're not quite done with 2024's content yet, but when we get into 2025, so I don't know if you can hopefully see it there, but that's kind of what I've created. Oh, there's a glare. So I don't know. Let me know if you've got any way of critiquing that. But I don't know if people know, but that's the original photo or clip of a video that it's based off of. So I've changed the new one to kind of be some of the colors from that picture. So the mountains are green and versus just being, and I don't know if you can see, but the sun was in that clip. So I just thought it was cool way to freshen things up as we move into 2025 and some new exciting stuff. I think we've got a lot planned, wouldn't you say?
I think so. Yeah, we're just booked something else today, so
yeah, we're trying to get our schedule together. I'd like to be a little bit more serendipitous. Serendipitous, yeah. This year, and not just for so long we've been booking stuff a year out, and some scheduling stuff is kind of hindering that currently. But plus I think it's just we end up booking stuff last minute anyway, and then it all piles on and we kind of feel overwhelmed. I think last year, especially in September, we kind of got burned out.
In September, we were gone 3 out of 4 weekends, I think. And
It's too much.
It can be hard to do. Sarah was back in school. We both work full-time jobs and then some, various side projects and things. So it gets a little bit hard to always be on the go. So
our goal is to kind of have more fun doing what we're doing. And I don't want to say like make the channel less of a priority, but I want to do what we want to do because we want to do it, and then film it and take you along with us and us be a little bit more excited about it versus trying to plan a bunch of stuff so that we have content to bring you. We just want to like go film it, have a good time, and hopefully like us having a good time translates into better videos. Because like if we're burned out and we're not having fun, what we're bringing to you and what we're trying to inspire you to do, just it doesn't work and make sense. So
Seattle.
I'm guessing Seattle. We will be in Seattle, I will tell you that, but that's not our end.
That's not the end
destination. Yeah, like Cole's saying, quality is certainly better than quantity.
He likes the logo knowing it's based on an actual picture. I think that's really special. Ooh, Everglades.
Are you going to the Everglades over the summer?
We'll be going there this summer. Yeah.
So that's not where we're going on Tuesday, but Rachel is going with William. Content will make its way to Instagram. If y'all aren't following us on Instagram, some things that we don't film for the channel end up there, and Facebook. So like obviously we'd love for you to follow our Facebook page and our Instagram page, because there's a lot of stuff I guess that we don't film that we go and do, and I take pictures and throw them up there.
But Will and I will be going south this summer with my parents for a little bit of a fun trip. So Sarah got to go on her out west trip with my parents. Will is a little bit more of a handful, so I'm going to help with Will on his going south trip this year with my parents. So.
Well, like for those of you who don't know, Sarah got to go out west a few years ago, and if I can move this without causing a kerfuffle with the microphone, you can see her map way over there.
Very colorful.
She's gone way all over the place out west, so she's got to see a lot of the United States.
She got to do the Durango Silverton ride, which is still a goal for us.
Yes, definitely would like to get to Colorado at some point.
Did the St. Louis Arch. She got a lot of national parks too. She did Mesa Verde, Black Canyon of Gunnison. So
you can get an Uber out but not back.
Oh, that's interesting.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
That's unfortunate. Please tell me you didn't learn that the hard way.
He says he did learn it, but hopefully you didn't get stranded in the Everglades. Yeah. There's some big snakes out there that I guess they don't really come after you per se.
But, they don't bother you if they don't.
But so our map in the center, which will be not only scratching off another state upcoming, but one of the landmarks as well. Both Rachel and I have been more places than just what you'll see up there. But the map is what we've done together. So we're going to get a state, we're going to get a landmark, and this is a state
and a national park.
Yeah, but it's
the national parks aren't listed on this map. Yeah. It's a separate poster.
Oh yeah, that's right, because we have national park posters too.
Yes, we do.
So no,
it is not on his shirt.
This is the Smoky Mountains.
That's his Smoky Mountains National Park.
So we were there. We love the Smoky Mountains National Park, and I would love to be going there. But no, where we're going is farther away than we've ever been. 4,000 some miles away, and yeah, it's just epic. And bonus points if you can predict the event that we're going to see.
We are going for a special event.
They had to get a taxi, and well, that's not too bad, a 2-hour wait. But then again, I don't know if I could sit around for maybe in the Florida sun. I wouldn't want to be sitting outside anywhere up. I don't know if you guys know, but like it's been like winter up here for a long time, and we're sick of winter. But I don't know. We got more winter.
We can't complain about that.
Let's see here. So the next thing, so like I try to do these live streams when we have lots of.
There's a Taylor Swift concert in Alaska. I didn't know that. Sorry, we're not T Swift fans.
That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah.
Didn't even know. I've not been keeping track of that. Sorry.
That's interesting. So I try to do these live streams when we have some major like stuff to announce, and not only this big trip, but we did upgrade.
Oh, she's not actually there. Well, it shows what I know because that's how closely I follow her concert tours.
I'm pretty sure I know people at work that would probably be like flying to Fairbanks if they knew Taylor Swift was there. But so what this trip we're going on kind of ties into this next thing. So like I've mentioned it before, but not recently. For pretty much the duration of how long I've been doing this YouTube thing, I've been filming with the Sony ZV-1, which as you can see is a tiny little camera here, and at least compared to what we got. So where we're going and what we're doing, and just in general, like I always wanted to be able to like film stuff like in the distance and be able to actually get some good footage of it. Like when we were on the Millersville ferry this summer, when we were camped at Buttonwood, we did the Millersville.
Oh yeah.
And there was a bald eagle in the distance, and like I tried to film it, and like that camera, it doesn't zoom in very well, and it doesn't have a real wide angle, so it doesn't film close very well either. So I kind of was screwed on both ends of the spectrum with that. So because of where we're going and what we're doing, I've decided to upgrade. So this is significantly bigger. Can you hold the other one up side by side? So I'm gonna be carrying a lot more. So like.
It's so
but
small.
Like if you hold it that way, because like this is like incredibly wide. So this is the Nikon Z30. The lens that I have on it is 16 to 50. So for like close-up stuff, I've been testing it out a little bit. So like if you guys are subscribed to Darcy's Hiking Diaries, someone says fishing in Alaska.
That was Debbie.
So that's kind of close. See here. If you watch Darcy's Hiking Diaries, she'll be putting out a video within a day or so of cold weather gear, which ties into where we're going. But I did film a clip for her. She like different YouTubers. She's having people film like what they wear when they're hiking in the cold weather. So I got to test this camera when I put that clip together. And also, if you watched last week's video, which announced the live stream, the clip of us announcing the live stream was filmed with this. So it's got a much wider view with this lens. So like when I'm holding it out, I'm not like cutting Rachel's head off, or it doesn't look like my face is like pressed up against the camera. I don't really care for that look. So this. And then because we're going to be filming some dogs, not including our own, and I want to be able to get you some close-up footage from afar of said dogs. I've got this telephoto lens. So I got like the 2-lens kit. And this is, what is it? 50 to 250 millimeters. So like I tried taking some shots of things like here just to practice with it. And like I can get some good close-up stuff of something that's like 100 yards away. So, but yeah, so this should get us some good stuff, I'm hoping. So that's the new camera in a nutshell. There's been a lot of like times where we're standing on a vista and it's like there's something cool in the distance and I don't have the ability to show it to you. So now, hopefully, now we do, and some time lapses. So, we're just going to move into where we're going because it's been guessed correctly by Debbie Hills. So, Debbie, if you want to email me your address, I will send you a postcard from somewhere in Alaska, Anchorage, the Iditarod, maybe Denali National Park, wherever I can find you a nice postcard.
Yeah.
But that's where we're going.
You got it.
We are headed to Anchorage on Tuesday. So we're going to be flying from Pittsburgh to...
We're going from Pittsburgh. There's 2 connections, one in Chicago, one in Seattle, and then into Anchorage, Alaska. Yeah, nicely done, Debbie. I don't know that many people follow the Iditarod anymore, but it's been something of a childhood passion of mine. I've loved the Iditarod since I learned about it. I did a book reported on it in elementary school, and I still remember doing that, researching it, reading up on it. So I'm excited. This is like a lifelong dream of mine. So
I know like Balto is like not the movie you want to like identify the Iditarod with, and I get it, but like that was always one of my favorite movies as a kid. And
it's just that his part wasn't. This is Disney Plus came out with a movie in 2017 or 2019 called Togo, and it talks about when it came out. There was all this controversy about, well, what about Balto? And Balto was the lead dog on the team that completed the 1925 serum run. So his team were the ones that successfully delivered the serum into Nome, Alaska. However, they were not the only team that did the serum run. It was more of a relay. Multiple teams helped move that serum from, where did it start? Willow to Nome. And Togo was the lead dog of the team that did the most difficult section of the trail. So I'll stop on my rant now.
So, there's more to this. I'm gonna. I have to write something down. But do you want to tell them?
Oh, cool! I wish we were going to Banff.
I want to go to Banff. That's on my hot list of places we want to RV to. The Canadian Rockies is definitely something we want to do. But do you want to tell them kind of the little bit of kerfuffle with the current Iditarod situation?
Okay, so when we booked this, we were planning. There are 2 starts. The ceremonial start takes place the first Saturday in March in Anchorage, Alaska. That is the ceremonial start. The official restart of the race takes place the following day on Sunday in Willow, Alaska. Now, 2 or 3 days ago, earlier this week, we learned that the Iditarod Racing Committee has made the difficult decision to relocate the official restart to Fairbanks, Alaska on the Monday after, because there's no snow.
Yeah, so we've had winter here in Pennsylvania. We've had piles of snow, more than I can remember in like the last 5-6 years for sure. Well, here we go. Like, I want to go to Anchorage and do snow machines and all this awesome snow stuff. And we're going to see the Iditarod. And, well, there's no snow. There was drone footage that was posted
No snow
on one of the Iditarod Facebook groups.
On the Facebook page.
Like, it's like a barren wasteland kind of look like it's all brown and there's no snow anywhere to speak of. So, yeah. And, so the restart is, I already put that.
Okay.
I got it. The restart is in Fairbanks now, and it's on Monday. So like not this Monday, but the following.
Right.
And we fly out of Anchorage on Tuesday night, or technically Wednesday. No, Tuesday.
Tuesday at 1:34 a.m.
Yeah. So we're not certain if we're going to go see the restart.
I think we're leaning towards trying.
We want to try. It's a once in a lifetime. Like, we're probably never going to be in Alaska for the Iditarod again, most likely, because there's so many other things on our bucket list. Like, you can't keep doing the same things twice, even if you like it.
You did say Fairbanks, and I think that earns you a postcard. So if you want to, you can chat us or email us your address.
If you don't want people to know your address, you can email it to mountainsintomemories@gmail.com, or you can put it in the chat and we'll write it down. We're all for sending people postcards. We want to try to build like a more intimate community. And so, like, if we can send people personalized postcards from 4,000 miles away in Alaska,
that's super fun.
I think it's going to be fun for us to go pick out some stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So the logistics of getting to Fairbanks, it's a 7-hour drive from Anchorage to Fairbanks. and we got to make sure we don't end up stranded in Fairbanks, or like, because I don't know what the road conditions are going to be like. You know,
Right.
like it's Alaska in the winter, and obviously Fairbanks is almost on the Arctic Circle.
We're going very much north.
So, you know, and so kind of the situation is we're staying with family, and they're providing us with a vehicle for the whole time we're there.
Right.
But I don't know, like, because I haven't got to talk to her much. Like, I don't know if she's okay with us driving and putting that many miles on her truck. And I don't, like, she lives there, so she's going to be able to tell us, is it safe to go to Fairbanks?
We're gonna get all kinds of information when we
Yeah,
when we see
and
her.
you know, I think that's a little bit of unknown is going to be kind of an exciting journey for you all, because you'll get to see it, and hopefully we're going to get to this in YouTube time quickly. So let me quickly lay out here kind of where we're at, like in YouTube time zone, because obviously we've been behind. The last videos you've seen, I don't have magnets.
We can work on that.
might have stickers with the old logo if I can find them, and we can possibly send you one.
We'll hit you up, Debbie.
I want to get, because someone else was requesting stickers or magnets, and I want to get something made to sell. It's on my to-do list. I have a big to-do list.
We'll look into it.
So what was the last videos? They was the Outflow Campground.
Yes.
That was in September?
No, that was October.
Early October. So the last videos we've seen, and then I did a backpacking trip with Bill Maxim to the Cranberry Wilderness, and that was in November. And so that's the only videos yet to be posted, and I'm kind of getting
And then we're caught up
into editing. So you should be seeing Alaska in 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how much editing I can get done while we're sitting in the airports for 13 hours on Tuesday. So, and that kind of leads me into this conversation. I think, and I don't know how much people pay attention to like the banners and stuff that I have on like the Facebook profiles and on the channel and stuff, but I think I want to get away from like the videos every Thursday, or like the promise of a video every Thursday. Number one, because I don't know that we're going to have enough content to continue with weekly videos, but also I want to try to get to real time. Like, so as we get the videos done, I want to post them versus like sometimes I wait, like, because it has to be scheduled.
Right, because it goes in.
So like I want, with Alaska, I'd like to get this real time as close to it, because the Iditarod is one of them things like people are going to want to see it just after it happens.
Mm-hmm. It's not as relevant in July as it would be in
March. But yeah, that's kind of my goal. It's not that necessarily I want to post less videos, but I just want to make sure that I don't promise things that we can't deliver. So there probably will be a little bit of a gap, maybe next week, depending on, because I don't know if I can upload things either. I don't know how good of internet we're going to have or anything like that.
We'll find out.
So that's kind of the thing there. But we do have a lot of things planned for this spring. So there's definitely going to be, email address is mountainsintomemories@gmail.com.
Can you chat it for them?
Yeah, I can do that, I think. Oops. I'm not very good at typing. There you go.
There we go.
So yeah, that's kind of the thought process anyway. But we're hoping, so we're going to go to Denali National Park, right? That's our goal.
That is a goal of mine. Denali National Park is open in the wintertime up to milepost 13, to what they call the Mountain Vista. If you're lucky enough to be on a clear day and can see the mountain. The dog kennels are also open only on Saturdays and Sundays in the winter from 1 to 4. There is a winter visitor center open and a park ranger station open at milepost 1.3, I think. So I don't know if you can tell, but I've been doing a lot of research.
Well, there's a lot to it. And so like most people that go to Denali don't get to see it.
Right. Based on the weather, we're probably not going to get to see it. But
yeah.
Want to try.
I haven't looked at the weather, but I think that would be a fun thing to share with everybody is the weather where we're going. Um, the other thing that would be
Thank you,
awesome
Debbie.
to see is the Northern Lights,
Yes.
right? So like this is the prime season to see the Northern Lights up there. So that is certainly a goal of ours. You need less clouds, I guess,
It's
right?
got to be clear, yeah.
So for both things, Denali and Northern Lights, we need less clouds. So I'll show you this kind of real quick. So that's for Anchorage, obviously. Tuesday the 25th is when we're going. So it's not horribly cold. And actually, apparently there's going to be rain on Friday and Saturday, so that's fun.
Ooh.
So like a week or so ago, it did say it was going to like snow just about every day that we were there.
That's how much you can trust the weather forecast.
But yeah, and
it's very Pennsylvania weather. Like that's very Pennsylvania-esque winter weather, and we have very Alaska-esque winter weather in Pennsylvania.
But like if you can see, there's clouds. I'm holding it over Rachel's face.
Oh, wow.
There's like clouds every single day, and so that's not good like weather to see Denali. Yeah, I mean right now here
it's 18.
It's 18. So yeah.
Let's see.
We will see. I would love to see some snow, because I really wanted to get on a snow machine.
Yeah.
And like my cousin, she's got them, so like it wasn't even going to be like a big deal to do. But if there's no snow, you can't.
Now she did say the ice skating is super good this year because there's no snow covering up the ice. So
yeah, but based on kind of those temperatures, I almost wonder if the top of the ice is going to be slushy. And so we might get drenched if we go ice skating.
We'll see.
But yeah, she was saying like we should be able to rent ice skates and do that. So that's like going to be super, super fun, yeah. I think. I can't remember the last time I did ice skating. Debbie sent us $20.
Thank you,
we really,
Debbie.
really appreciate that.
What a sweetheart.
She's awesome. She's a big supporter of the channel. So we really, really appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
I forget what else I wanted to say. I don't know. I'm sure there's more Alaska stuff.
We're planning on trying to visit Whittier. I did look up the train tunnel times today. They switch like every half hour. So Whittier, the town of Whittier, is 60 miles from Anchorage, can be accessed by sea or by plane or via a one-way train tunnel. So it's used for rail and it's open for a couple times throughout the day for vehicle traffic. So
like once you go through, you're stuck there until they let it go back the other way.
Yep.
So that'll be something interesting. So if you're wondering, like, I want to tell you where all this journey came from. I think that's kind of pertinent. So we, I don't know if any of you watched the channel Less Junk, More Journey. I will tell you, lately it seems like they're more junk and not so much journey. But they did, this was what, 2 years ago?
That sounds right.
So they're RVers, and they do some interesting things, and I think because they've accomplished so much on their bucket list, maybe they don't do as much anymore. But they did this journey to Alaska for the Iditarod 2 years ago, I guess, and they stayed at like a cabin out in like the boonies with like no electricity.
Yeah,
or like,
they stayed
and
at
it
a
was
dry
like
cabin.
a pot-bellied stove to like heat it.
Mm-hmm.
And
one-room cabin. It was cool.
But so that's where that's kind of where this idea came from, to go see the Iditarod, because like it wasn't something I really thought that could be done. Really, I don't know why. I just didn't think you could like. I didn't think you could get to Alaska in February.
A lot of the mushers are from the continental United States, if you believe it.
But so they did that and several other things. They've also RV'd Alaska, which was a really cool thing to like watch. That was a long time ago,
I think.
Yeah. So this was obviously in the summer, but they went all the way up, and then this town of Whittier, we seen another channel we watched called Finding Our Someday. They were just in Alaska this past summer, and they went to that town, and I think they were watching people fish, I think.
I don't. I think they went to a cafe. They probably watched people fish because you do that a lot in Alaska. And then they just drove up a dirt road trying to see glaciers and bears. And then they were so interested in what they were seeing. So there's like a lot of pull offs up in Alaska where you can just pull your rig off the side of the road and camp for the night. So they did, and then they went back through the tunnel the next day.
That's the other reason why we have this, is because if I want to get you footage of a grizzly bear, I want to be far away from the grizzly bear, but the camera
They're hibernating.
is going to make it seem that's a myth.
Oh, okay.
Bears don't hibernate.
Okay.
That's the TV show myth.
Uh-huh.
Now I can't guarantee you we're going to see any, but I did read that that's like, especially if the weather's warm, like it is, and apparently you just seen the weather, their metabolism does increase with the temperature, so they're not going to be just like hanging out in a hole in the ground. They're going to be out searching for food, because when it warms up, their metabolism goes crazy, and they have to go find food. But the whole bear's like not coming out all winter thing, I did read that's definitely a myth. They don't venture out as much in the winter when it's cold, because they have to conserve what they've got, but it's not like they just go to sleep and never wake up. So, but yeah, I don't think we're going to see any grizzlies, but maybe we will. I don't know. Caribou, I mean, like, there's got to be something.
We'll see.
Some sort of wildlife somewhere. We'll let you know when
we'll see sled dogs.
There. Well, I'm hoping that we get lucky in the kennels at Denali National Park, that the dogs are actually there, because like, I guess if there's snow in the winter, the dogs are going to be like out working in the national park, and they use them for transportation. So a lot of times they're not at the kennel. In the summertime, they're there full time. But I would imagine, because there's no snow, that like they're going to be using some other form of transportation, but I'm not sure.
We'll see.
But yeah, I really don't know what to expect. Like, do you know what to expect?
No, I've never been to Alaska in the winter.
So, I mean, I don't know. And like I said, based on the drone footage, it's like, it's not going to be a normal of what you would expect.
We'll see.
So, other than Alaska, so like I said, there'll be 2 videos probably of the Cranberry Wilderness backpacking trip, which Bill and I had a great time. And what else? So, couple things that we're trying to do in the spring. West Virginia actually is going to be kind of like,
we're going back.
We're
going back to West Virginia.
I think, other than this being the year of Alaska, because like last year was like the year of Michigan, and I don't know, maybe people were like sick of the Michigan content after like 2 months of it.
Yeah, but that was fun.
But and you might get 2 months of Alaska content depending on how much stuff. We're gonna be there Wednesday, Thursday, like full week. So, and I don't plan on just like sitting around while we're up there. I plan on like adventuring every day if we can. But other than that, I feel like this could be the year of West Virginia. So we've got 2 West Virginia state parks booked already. We just booked the second one today because they are filling up quickly.
Yes, they are.
There were not very many sites left. Were there?
There were 9 that could accommodate us at our length. I didn't look at other sizes. We have a relatively long rig, so
that seems to be the issue. The other campsite we booked in Kentucky,
there weren't many of that.
That was the last site available at that state park
for that length.
No, that was period. That was it. And so like, it's one of them things, like I don't want to be booking, but at the same time, when there's one site left, it's just, you gotta plan ahead and hope that you're gonna be able to go. But so one of my biggest bucket list items as it remains on like the eastern United States for our RV trips, was the Red River Gorge in Kentucky. So that is
West
the
Virginia
plan.
is beautiful, Debbie. I love West Virginia.
I think West Virginia is Rachel's favorite state.
It is
Um,
easily, hands down, easily my most favorite state.
Like I really try to like be on like the Pennsylvania high, and like I really wish Pennsylvania was my favorite state, but man, West Virginia.
West Virginia's got a lot going for it.
Well, because Cass is there, that really
That's not why I like it, but okay. That works for you.
for me, Cass elevates it a lot. Although I'm not saying there's not like scenic railroads in PA, but none of them really compare to Cass. And then the drive to Cass from here
It's fun.
with like Seneca Rocks and stuff, she got to drive it like 4 times.
I did. It's fun to drive it in the Jeep when you're not towing.
Yeah. So we're our big RVing family trip. So that's the other thing I guess we should mention about Alaska is we are not
Right.
taking the children.
That's just us. Just us.
And it's not really that we don't want to take them. It's Sarah's in school, so she can't miss a week of school.
And she only has 5 educational field trip days. She can't miss that much school.
So like we've used 2 or 3 of her 5 already.
I don't remember.
And so we'll be using snow makeup days for this trip we're doing in March, which we haven't booked yet, and I don't like telling you things before we book it. And then 1 for West Virginia, and then 1 for we're going back to Loyalsock, which I didn't mention. I keep forgetting it because I booked it like a year ago. But we're going back to Loyalsock where we were last year, and so one of her days off of school will be for that. So
I hope we're going back to that cheesesteak place.
Yeah, Forksville General Store cheesesteaks. For those of you who've ever been to like north central, northeastern Pennsylvania, if you can make it to Forksville to the General Store, they're the best cheesesteaks in the world.
Cheesesteaks are so good.
But yeah, the children are not going to Alaska because Sarah's in school, and plane tickets are expensive, and it's not like it's cheaper because you're flying a 30-pound kid instead of like. So we you used what app to determine flight prices?
I used the Google Flights. It's just Google. It's just called Google Flights, and you can track the flight prices, and it will send you emails every single time the price of the flight goes up or down. So you can kind of get a feel for, and if you get an email that says a certain price and you think, well, that is absolutely 100% the lowest it's ever going to go, then you can book it right then.
We followed it for a good couple months.
Yeah, we did.
So like we weren't 100% certain that this trip was actually going to happen because some things kind of transpired to not, like for a while there we thought we weren't going, but we were still watching the flights. And so I guess what I'm saying though is like the stars kind of aligned to make this happen. Like I think generally speaking, when people are wanting to go to Alaska, it's a lot of money, and money is not necessarily something that we have a lot of. So we did the deal thing with the flights, and we're staying with family because we were looking at Airbnbs.
I had found a nice Airbnb, and
but it's a lot of money if you're gonna go that route.
It's an added cost. It's definitely easier staying with family that happens to be there.
Well, and it's going to be more fun, I think.
Yes.
Because my cousin and I have always been pretty close, or at least as close as you can be when you're
across
1,000 miles away. Because prior to Alaska, she lived in Oregon, so we've never been close distance-wise. But yeah, so that's exciting to get to spend some time with family.
But yes, our West Virginia, Kentucky trip will be our family trip. So I know. Don't tell him that. Shh.
So,
we're not talking.
I guess we should.
No, we're not talking about that.
No, we have to.
We'll talk about it when we get
So
back.
I don't want to talk about necessarily what you're saying, but what I'm saying is like we RV because I don't deal with airports. It's not. I don't have a problem with flying. Like once I'm in the plane and we're going where we're going, and in this case, you want to show them the luggage situation,
Well,
or at least
I'll show you the one
something.
thing that I got.
So like we're not checking luggage because I have a problem with this whole situation.
He's afraid to lose his bags, but
So like she got this bag as a carry-on, and so like everything we're taking to Alaska.
this is actually my personal bag, and like a full week's worth of clothes fits in here. Like it's packed. This is packed.
Yeah, she's prepared, and I'm not. So like my parents have gone on several trips. I want to say it was Australia. They ended up in Australia, and their stuff didn't. So like, when we go RVing and I put my stuff in my truck, if my truck and I make it to where I'm going, my stuff is there with me. So there's that. So we're not checking any luggage. We're taking everything on the plane with us because we have two. We're on 3 different planes, but 2 layovers.
Right.
And so to me, that's like 2 chances of our stuff. Like if we was to check it, it's probably not going to make it to Alaska with us. And then it's not like where we're staying is close to the airport. So like if you've got to go back to the airport and get your crap, that's wasted time where we should be doing what we came to Alaska to do. And instead we'd had to spend time at Walmart buying stuff. And then we'd have had to spend time going to the airport to get our crap back. It's just no good. Stay away from DC area and over Canada. Yeah. So originally we wanted to fly out of DC. Luckily we're not.
We're not.
And we're not landing in Canada anywhere either.
But we are flying over Canada.
Yes.
You have to.
Well, and coming back, we're going to somewhere else, not Chicago.
Right. We're going from Seattle to Charlotte and then to Pittsburgh. So.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting.
Airports. What can you do?
So then like the other thing I don't like about like, so if we make it to Alaska, I'm good. Like at that point, if we get stranded somewhere on the way home, we'll just deal with it, but like, when I went as a kid in high school, with my parents, we went to Yellowstone, and we got there and we had a good trip and everything was fine. But then coming home was not fine. So like our flight out of the Tetons, whatever airport that is.
Jackson
Hole?
Jackson.
Yeah, it was Jackson Hole. Was delayed by like an hour. And then we got to Dallas, Texas an hour late. And the flight for us to go back from Dallas to Pittsburgh left Dallas without us. And then we had to be in the airport for the next 4 days in Dallas because we couldn't get back home.
It's a 2-day drive home from Alaska. And that's nonstop driving.
Listen, I wanted to drive so bad. And I don't even know if the Alaskan highway is open this time of year. I want to say under normal circumstances, it's not.
Be a lot of time in the car.
But yeah, I'm pretty certain that normally it's not open in the winter, but I would imagine because there's no snow, maybe it is. But then also, we're talking there's no snow in Anchorage.
Right.
There could very well be snow inland in Canada where the Alaskan highway is. I have no way of knowing that. But yeah, I mean, odds are we're going to make it from Anchorage back to Seattle. So I don't know how far it is from Seattle to get back here if we end up like stranded there or stranded in Charlotte or something.
If we had to be stranded anywhere, I'd rather get stuck in Charlotte because that's
Rent a car
much easier drive home. Much easier because we both have to work the next day.
Yeah, but like I could get past all that. But like if we get stranded somewhere goofy on the way out there, and then we just lost all our money on the plane tickets and we don't even get to go to Alaska and we had to deal with all this stress for no reason, like I'm not going to be a happy camper. So yes, planes, it's not planes like that bother me. I'm good with flying. And I seen those people on the Delta flight, they all got a settlement check. So like if the plane flips over, It's easy money.
Yeah, that just makes it all better.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with all that airplane stuff currently. But I don't know. We bought plane tickets and like 5 planes have crashed in the past like
No, it's
3
ridiculous. I
weeks.
was really hoping you weren't watching the news.
Yeah, I watched them.
I was really hoping you weren't.
But we're not flying Delta, so we
No,
got that going for
we are
us.
not.
And it's Alaskan Airlines from Seattle to
Yes, it
Anchorage.
is.
I think that's like the only option
I think
to
so.
get to. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why we RV. Well, that and because like
we genuinely like RVing for the sake of RVing, not just because it keeps us out of airports.
could you imagine being like it's going to take us what 13 hours to get from Pittsburgh to Anchorage, and like could you imagine like being with like the children, like they can't run around and like expound any of their energy in any
Yeah.
sort of constructive way.
That would be hard for them.
Like I just couldn't imagine being with the children for that length of time with all that pent up, like, I don't know what.
That's what they say. It's still safer to fly than drive.
Well, it is, allegedly. And I think that's probably because more people drive and also because more people don't know how to drive. But couldn't imagine seeing you next to me for 13 hours on an airplane. Yeah.
It's a long time to be cooped up. Like, even for us, I'm wondering if I have enough books in my Kindle to keep me occupied.
Well, like, I'm going to be editing video for 13 hours, probably. At least hopefully. So hopefully those, like, Cranberry Wilderness videos, like, will be done. But then also the dogs situation. So, like, we RV... Right. Because I don't really agree with boarding the dogs. I don't think that would be very fair with them. And then we like to have the dogs with us.
Yeah, like we have dogs for companionship, and it's important for us for them to be included. Now, they don't go on all the hikes, but we're not hiking all day every single day. So we take them camping so that when we are at the camper for the evenings and the mornings and everything, that we can hang out with our dogs too.
Well, and if we didn't film for YouTube, it'd be easier to hike with the dogs.
Yeah, they'd probably come with us.
So, like, it's a process. Like, a lot of the things, like, as far as filming go, take a lot of time. But can, like, you imagine, like, trying to hold this thing steady, and then you got, like, a dog on a leash in the other hand, like... And this is jerking around, and then I gotta like edit like footage that's like, yes, it's no good. So we do take the dogs and do a lot of things with the dogs, but we don't film when we do it
as often
because there's too many things, too many variables. Like you got 2 kids, 2 dogs,
and they all want to go different directions.
And so you can either film, or you got to get rid of
or corral the children and the dogs.
One of the parties or both. And in the case of Alaska, it's
both. Yeah, it's hard to fly with dogs.
Aww. Yeah. So my parents are watching the dogs, which is awesome. And Rachel's parents are watching the kids. So they're all being separated in separate directions.
So hopefully easier to manage.
So hopefully no one's going to be overwhelmed with our stuff that we're not taking with us to Alaska. And so, yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting challenge to try to, I think, pack all our cold weather. But then we're going to wear our jackets and stuff, so those don't have to be packed.
I have one of the wheelie carry-on bags set aside for boots and my winter coat, hat, and mittens because I want to take layers, so I'm not going to wear the coat, but I will wear my sweatshirt. So I've got a plan.
I'm just hoping that that we make it there, really. And that's kind of like too, like normally I don't always tell you guys like where we're going and when we're going and all that stuff, because like there's things that could happen where we wouldn't
There's lots of things that could happen.
Yeah. So
I've heard of that.
didn't
Yes, Let's Jump
LJM
did that in Hawaii. So they
Oh, yeah,
are
yeah.
committed to one bag travel as well, or carry-on travel only as well. So when they went to Hawaii, they took one carry-on, one personal bag each, and went to Goodwill in Hawaii, and then just donated back when they were done. So
yeah. So it's kind of easy.
yeah.
And so like if we were taking the kids, that would be. Dan says we're gonna make it there. I really do hope so. And the other good thing, so like why we chose to go Tuesday,
Flights are
coming
cheaper on
Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
Not only that, but like it's far enough ahead of the Iditarod that if stuff gets like
Yes.
delayed a couple days, we should still make it there for
the Iditarod, which is the main reason we're going.
Yes. So it would be not good because maybe we get to do less stuff while we're there. But the Iditarod is the goal.
Right.
The rest of Alaska, we're going to go see.
Icing on the cake.
Well, yeah, but we're going to go see that again. Or in the summertime via RV, like when we retire, or somehow, some way, we are going to RV Alaska. So if you stick around to this channel, like for long enough, eventually you are going to see us take the RV and
RV.
And maybe not this one.
We'll see.
It might be like an electric flying RV by then.
Yeah.
But
we'll see.
But someday we're going back to Alaska in the summer with an RV and like get to see more of it. Because like I want to go like up to the Arctic Ocean. I watched some guy on YouTube swimming in the Arctic Ocean. Like that's my bucket list item, is to go all the way as far as you can go. And you've got to like I don't know if anyone's like seen that, but like you have to like pay the oil company for transportation to the Arctic Ocean, because like the general public ain't allowed to like drive past a certain point. Like the oil companies have the rights to it. So like you park at a certain place and they'll take you the rest of the way up, and you can jump in the Arctic Ocean if you want to. And so
that's interesting.
That's a bucket list item for me. I don't even think that's a landmark on our map because it's such an absurd thing. But subscribe to the channel because eventually you may see that.
Don't take too long to get there unless you get there. Hey, if you get there first, that'd be super cool.
Yeah. I mean, definitely let us know, like, and plus in the future and stuff, like if you ever want to know anything about Alaska, because it's awesome, just ask us, because we'll have, I don't know, like I don't know how many states I've actually been to, because like
again, the map is not,
but like Alaska is usually one of like the last ones people check off, and for me it's, I don't know, probably still in the first 30, I think.
Oh. Easily.
I don't know how many states I've been to, like other than what's on the map.
We'll have to sit down sometime and count individually.
I'm missing most of the center of the United States because when I've been out west, I've flown. So I'm missing pretty much the whole center. And I don't have California or Nevada, I don't think.
Really?
No, because why would I want to go to those places?
I have Nevada.
And I don't think I've been to Arizona either. So
too.
You can look forward to that stuff sometime too on the channel. But I don't know. I think I've covered everything that needed to be talked about, right? So we've got that's it, I guess. So the goal, I guess, now is for us to just get to Alaska. So if you follow us on like Facebook and stuff, I'll probably like be adding some like maybe some pictures and things, maybe even some stuff on Instagram as like a sneak preview of what we're doing. And otherwise, we will see you. I'm not sure when, because like I said, I think I'm going to experiment with releasing videos on different days, and just to see too if like the algorithm like picks it up any differently. So I'm not going to say see you next Thursday anymore, but I'm going to see you in the next video, because there will be one from the Cranberry Wilderness in the next week or so, hopefully. So again, we appreciate everybody coming to the live stream, and we appreciate everybody who watches every week. And we will be sending some postcards to some lucky people then shortly.
Yep.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay.